Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis of Sunday dated 17th of September 2023. In today's newspaper analysis we are going to cover those topics that are important from the UPSC mains exam and also for the prelims exam. Along with this we have also included some mapping topics and we have included some questions for the prelims and mains exam. So let us start the discussion for the day. So these are the list of articles that we are going to cover in today's discussion. Okay, so these articles will be covered one by one. So first of all, this is the topic that we are going to discuss. It is a mapping topic. Okay, so name of the topic is Nilgiri Hills. So we will understand about Nilgiri Hills today. So as we know that Nilgiri Hills are in the South India. It is in the southern portion of India. So this is in the peninsular India, okay. So southern portion of India, let's say like, if you draw a map of India, southern portion of India looks like this, okay. So this is where, let's say, Nilgiri Hills is located, okay. So Nilgiri Hills is located somewhere here, okay. So that's the thing. So its location is in the southern portion of India and it is located in the Western Ghats, okay. Where it is located? It is located in Western Ghats, and Western Ghats is an important ecological area in India. It's very important ecological area in India. Why? Because Western Ghats are considered to be the places where we find n number of, let's say, endemic species of flora and fauna. Endemic species of plants and animals are found in the Western Ghats and in the Eastern Ghats. And the Western Ghats is also important because like they are part of, Western Ghats are part of, let's say like, like World Heritage Sites. So they are UNESCO World Heritage Site, okay. So Western Ghats is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, okay, UNESCO World Heritage Site. So that's why the Western Ghat is important. So Nilgiri Hills are located in Western Ghats. And its location is important because like today there was an article, like today means on Sunday's newspaper, there was an article that talked about tea plantation. The price of, let's say, tea plantation has gone down. And they have talked about, let's say, like people of Nilgiri Hills. Okay, they have talked about this. So when we talk about the Nilgiri Hills, which is located over here, so one thing is important that it is located in the Western Ghats. That's an important. But as part of Nilgiri Hills, in the center of the Nilgiri Hills, we have this Silent Valley National Park. What is this? We have Silent Valley National Park. Okay, Silent Valley National Park is located at the center of the Nilgiri Hills. Okay, means like at the center of it. Means like, so Silent Valley, Silent Valley National Park is here. We can see, okay, Silent Valley National Park. So it is located at the center of Nilgiri Hills. So where it is, in which state do we have this? It is in the state of Kerala. Okay, it is in the state of Kerala. Like it is bordering with, we can say Tamil Nadu. But like, largely it is situated in the state of Kerala. So this, this particular Western Ghat region, it is very important because like, it is considered to be the, let's say like ecological hotspot. Okay, it is considered to be ecological hotspot. So that's why also it is important. So today we wanted to discuss about Nilgiri Hills. We know its location, we know its significance. It's a part of Western Ghats and Western Ghats is a kind of UNESCO World Heritage Site. Why we are discussing UNESCO World Heritage Site? Because recently a new place has been given UNESCO World Heritage Tag in India, which is Shanti Niketan in West Bengal, okay, Shanti Niketan there. So that's why, so as of now we have 41 sites as part of Nilgiri Hills. Good evening Rutu, thank you so much for joining online. So we are discussing the mapping topic first, okay, so every day we started taking one mapping topic from the newspaper. So again we have, let's say like, this, we have this image. So this image, let's say, showcases other places also in the, let's say like, peninsular India. So in the peninsular India, let's say here they have mentioned about Western Ghats, they have mentioned about Eastern Ghats, right? And so Nilgiri Hills is somewhere, let's say, located over here, I mean like, you know, in the Kerala region. And so Western Ghats is very important, and they have mentioned some of the districts. Okay, some districts are mentioned over here, and this map will also help you to understand about places where this Nipah virus has been tested. So Nipah virus has so far been tested in the state of Kerala only. Okay, so like from 2018, 19, then 21, 22, 23. So there have been 5 instances where in 3 of those instances they have identified Nipah virus from one specific district, where this IM Kozhikode. Okay, so in Kozhikode, like, you know, they have identified this Nipah virus. Okay, so that's why also it is important. Okay, so this is the thing. Now with this, let us move to the next topic quickly. Okay, having understood some mapping thing. Now this is another topic that we are going to discuss in detail. What is the name of the topic? AI cameras, gun for poachers. Okay, AI stands for artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence cameras are, let's say, identifying what poachers, they are identifying the animals also. Okay, so in this article they have talked about that they have deployed cameras that are, let's say, like, you know, artificial intelligence driven. So how cameras are artificial intelligence driven? Basically we need to understand. So let us understand about this topic quickly. Name of the topic is AI cameras, gun for poachers. Okay. AI cameras, gun for poachers. Okay. So basically the cameras that they have installed, okay, these cameras have been installed where? They have installed these cameras in national parks, okay, in various kind of national parks. So one of the national park that they have mentioned is Dudhwa Tiger Reserve. Okay, so they have mentioned one of the thing is they have installed this in Dudhwa Tiger Reserve. So we will see where is Dudhwa Tiger Reserve located. This location is important from our point of view, and also we need to understand about importance of these cameras. So these cameras are able to sense infrared radiations. Okay, they are able to sense infrared radiations. Infrared radiations means they are able to sense temperature variation. Okay, they are able to sense temperature variations. Means during night timing, what happens, I mean, like, you know, we cannot see in bare eyes. So like, you know, using these cameras that they have installed, so these cameras are, let's say, like, you know, installed in some branches of the trees, so that, like, you know, they are not visible to the animals and they are not visible to human beings also. So they are kind of stealth cameras. Okay, so they have been kept over there. So anyone who goes, since there is devoid of light, there is no light, so like, you know, the cameras will not be able to sense the things clearly. So that's why they use infrared radiation camera. I mean, like, you know, they are able to sense the temperature difference. So in the place, let's say, like, you know, temperature is normal. If a human being comes, right, so human being has a body temperature, let's say, like, you know, above 27 degrees centigrade, 27. So they are able to sense that human beings are moving, and they are also able to sense when animals are moving. And these cameras, normally cameras will capture everything. I mean, like, you know, everything. I mean, even if, let's say, a particular leaf of a plant, let's say, falls down, they'll be able to sense that thing also. But since these cameras are AI enabled, means like they are AI driven, artificial intelligence driven, so they can be programmed. Okay, these cameras can be programmed, and they are programmed in such a manner that they can identify when human beings are passing by, right, when human beings are passing by, and also they can identify when animals like tigers, okay, animals like tigers, lions, etc. pass by. Okay, means like they have algorithm. Okay, these algorithm enable that, like, so in the algorithm you can program in such a manner that, like, if a species going on of this size, only that will be trapped. And the moment this camera captures this, within 30 to 45 seconds, okay, within 30 to 45 seconds of capturing the image, it automatically sends emails. Okay, it's automatically sends emails to the authorities with images. Okay, with images that, like, they have identified this particular thing. So this helps the authorities in multiple ways. One ways, this helps the authorities in doing a census. Census means to count the population, okay, to count the population of tigers, or let's say population of cheetahs and all. Okay, so this particular process helps in doing animal census, or let's say tiger census. Okay, animal census, it helps in that thing. And it also helps the authorities to identify if poachers are passing by. Okay, poachers. Who are poachers? Poachers are those people who kill animal for, let's say, their benefit. For example, they need bark of the animal, they want to sell the animal illegally. Yeah, so poachers are those people who are illegally killing the animals, right, in the in the national parks or tiger reserves. So that's why this article is important. This article talks about the importance of artificial intelligence enabled cameras or AI driven cameras in forest conservation, in the conservation of animals. So this AI camera is also helping the authorities for conservation of animals. Why? Because they are able to identify if poachers are passing by, and that's why they will be able to take effective conservation measures. Why this topic is important? Because AI related topic has been asked in GS paper 3 in this year's mains exam. They have talked about like how AI can be applied in healthcare thing. Okay, they have also asked a question related to, let's say, e-technology in farmers, for farmers. So that's why we need to understand about application of artificial intelligence in various domains. So this is one of the domain where artificial intelligence can be used, and it is already being used. Okay, so like they have conducted trial and they have identified that this trial is successful. Okay, so this is the thing, and these cameras are very slim. Okay, I mean, like, they are very slim, they are short size, they are of the size of a pen. Okay, like that. So it is very easy to install them, and they will not be identified by human beings over there. So that's why, I mean, like, it is helpful. And although the tiger reserve, or let's say a national park, so they are always under surveillance by the forest officials, by the forest authorities. Okay, so that's the thing. Yes, Rutu Mane has also written so many things, and that's correct. Okay, now
Sir, how does these poachers enters into the national park or biodiversity area? Because the entry is restricted somewhere.
no, national park entrance is restricted. So like he is asking that how poachers are able to take entry in the national park. So let me draw a national park. Let's say, like, this is a national park, right? So let's say this is a national park. Although national park may be having designated entry gates, let's say from entry here, entry here, entry here, like that. Maybe, like, they might be having entry gates from only two of the sides. But, like, the national parks or tiger reserves, they are very vast areas. Vast areas means thousands of square kilometers. So it is not possible to have these gates everywhere. So they have certain designated gates, but otherwise if they have some walls, so like those people will be able to, let's say, like jump over the walls also. These people are able to jump over the walls, and they are able to take entry. And why they don't fence it with electric things? Because ultimately in the national parks, tiger reserves, there are animals, and animals don't recognize whether it is electric fenced or not. So if they happen to go over there, so they will be killed. Okay, so that's why they are not doing electric fencing. They might be having the other kind of fencing. So those fencing maybe, like, it is able to, let's say, like, animals are not going there, but human beings know how to, let's say, like, overcome those fencings, like that. So that's how, I mean, like, they are able to like pass over the fencing that have been done. Now with this, we have another area, and even like in tiger reserves, people can pass easily, but like there are borders, international borders, where people can easily migrate from one country to another country. Borders are not secure, much secure. Many of the borders, India-Pakistan border, India-Bangladesh border, India-Nepal border, I mean like there are many borders that way. So in this article, there was mention of Dudhwa National Park. So where is Dudhwa National Park or Dudhwa Tiger Reserve located? Dudhwa Tiger Reserve is located in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, but like this is in the northern portion, I mean like nearby Nepal. So if we see over here, this is the map of India. This is the location where we have Dudhwa National Park or Tiger Reserve. Okay, it is a Tiger Reserve also, it is a national park. So this is Dudhwa National Park. It is located here. It is located in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, where? In the state of UP, Uttar Pradesh. So this is to understand the broad thing, and so these are the villages I think that are nearby this Dudhwa Tiger National Park. So these villages come under the national park itself. Okay, so we need to understand where is Dudhwa National Park located, Tiger Reserve located. It is located in the state of Uttar Pradesh. So like I have taken multiple maps so that you can understand. Okay, so Dudhwa Tiger Reserve has a border with Nepal. Okay, it has a border with Nepal, that's the thing. Then we have another topic. This topic is very important, so that's why I have selectively taken this topic. Name of the topic is what is driving Global Biofuels Alliance. Okay, so we are going to understand about Global Biofuel Alliance. Although we have studied it earlier, but we are going to discuss little more on this topic. Name of the topic is what is driving the Global Biofuels Alliance. Now let us understand about what are biofuels first. Then we will understand about Global Biofuel Alliance, and we will understand like what is driving this particular thing. Okay, so let us understand what are biofuels. And the article that we have taken, in this article they have included the definition of biofuels. Okay, so that definition is given by International Energy Agency. Okay, there is an organization which is known as International Energy Agency. Okay, International Energy Agency. So this organization, okay, International Energy Agency, it has defined what is biofuel. Okay, so we are going to mention the same definition that has been given by this organization. It says biofuels are liquid fuels. Okay, biofuels are liquid fuels that are derived from biomass and used as an alternative to the fossil fuel based liquid transportation fuels such as gasoline, diesel and aviation fuel. So what are biofuels? Biofuels are liquid fuels. Okay, so biofuels are liquid fuels. Okay, they are liquid fuels. They are derived from biomass. Okay, they are derived from biomass, and these biofuels are used as an alternative. Okay, they are used as an alternative to fossil fuels. Okay, they are used as alternative of fossil fuels. Okay, fossil fuels, examples of fossil fuels that they have given is gasoline. Okay, gasoline, petroleum, diesel, etc. Okay, so this definition of biofuel is given by International Energy Agency. So in this article they have mentioned about it. Now we need to understand about different categories of biofuels. In this article itself they have mentioned two types of biofuels. One type of biofuel is known as first generation. Okay, first generation biofuel or 1G biofuel. Okay, so it is 1G biofuel. 1G means first generation biofuel. So first generation biofuels are those biofuels that are produced directly from food crops. For example, something that is produced using sugar cane, okay, sugar cane. Or they have mentioned other kind of crops also, okay. So biofuels such as sugar cane, corn, or soybean, okay, sugar cane, corn, or soybean. So those biofuels that are produced from food crops like these, so they are known as first generation biofuel. Now there are other generation also, second generation biofuel or 2G biofuel. So what is 2G biofuel? 2G biofuels are those biofuels that are produced from waste food, okay, food waste. For example, they are let's say agriculture, they are produced from agricultural waste, used cooking oil, okay. So that are produced from agricultural waste, okay, or used oil, etc. So they will be called as second generation biofuel. Now the issue that arises over here, that in India we do have a policy which is known as ethanol blended petrol, okay. We have a policy of ethanol blended petrol. Means currently we are doing 10%, we are adding 10% of ethanol blended, 10% of biofuel into the petrol, which is known as ethanol blended petrol. It is known as ethanol blended petrol. But the target, what is the target? Target of the government is we want to achieve 20% of ethanol blended petrol, okay. So we want to achieve this particular thing. Largely the government of India has been focusing on let's say diverting the sugar cane for making this. But the thing is, the world is facing problem of food security. What? We do have the issue related to food security. So I mean food security is a major issue. And if I talk about sustainable development goals, the SDG 1, okay, SDG 1 talks about no hunger, no poverty, second is zero hunger, okay. So SDG 2 talks about zero hunger. So how we can achieve zero hunger? If we produce enough food crops and we are able to make it available to the people for their needs. However, if we are diverting the food crops for making petrol and other thing, so we will necessarily go for, let's say issues related to food insecurity will aggravate, they will increase. So that's why there is a concern that first generation biofuel should not be made. However, second generation biofuel can be made because it addresses many problems. What are the problems? One problem is the usage of fossil fuel, because fossil fuel, what it does, if we are using fossil fuel, it is leading to more greenhouse gas emission. So it is polluting the environment, it is warming up the planet. And if we move to alternate sources, so alternate sources they are renewable. I mean so although we are using it, but this will be an alternate to fossil fuel based things, okay. And the Global Biofuel Alliance, that it has been proposed by 3 countries together, okay. So we are going to discuss about it. So this Global Biofuels Alliance, so there were 3 countries who were, let's say, founding members, okay, who were founding members. And apart from this, many other countries have also joined it, okay. So India is a founding member, Brazil is a founding member, and USA is a founding member, okay. So we have India, Brazil, and United States of America. They are the founding members. Apart from this, many other countries have also joined. So far, I mean countries like Argentina, Canada, Italy, okay. So I'll mention their name also. Canada, Argentina, so Italy is spelling, I need to see, Italy, Italy. Then we have, let's say, South Africa. So these South Africa and South Africa. So these countries have joined, and all these countries are members of G20. Okay, all these countries are members of G20. So Global Biofuel Alliance has been launched. However, people are focusing towards using renewable sources of energy, and this is considered to be an alternate to fossil fuel based energy. Why Saudi Arabia did not join? Because Saudi Arabia is the largest country that produces fossil fuel based oils. Okay, so it exports, right, and produces largest amount of fossil fuel based oil. So that's why. Okay, so that's why, like, this is the thing.
Same in Russia.
Yeah, same is with Russia, like that. So Russia is also a producer and exporter of what? Crude oil. So now we have another topic. This topic is important. It says, how will Middle East corridor impact trade? Okay, how will Middle East corridor impact trade? So it is important. Why this is important? First of all, we need to understand what is the name of this Middle East corridor. Middle East is the short form of talking about this corridor. Okay, name of this corridor is known as India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. Okay, so let's write about this corridor. Name of the topic is, let's learn about this. This topic is important for international relations, and also it is important for economy point of view. Okay, so name of the topic is, how will Middle East corridor impact trade? Middle East corridor impact trade. So this is the name of the topic. So we need to understand what is the full form of the Middle East corridor. Okay, so Middle East corridor in short is known as IMEC, India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. Okay, India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor, IMEC. This is the full form, this is the name of the corridor, India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. We need to understand that here we are mentioning name of only one country. Middle East comprises of many countries, and then Europe comprises of 28 countries. Okay, so we have India Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. So this is the corridor that we are talking about. So it is an economic corridor. Economic corridor means it's a connectivity project in which, like, we are connecting the sea routes, we are connecting the rail routes, we are also connecting the land routes. Okay, we are connecting them. Why? So that we can transport goods and services through these corridors. Okay, goods and services can be transported. Means like we can export and we can import. So it is also being considered as an alternate to the Belt and Road Initiative of China. Okay, means like people are considering it to be a competitor to the Belt and Road Initiative. Means it is a very big project. Okay, it is a very big project which has been just announced by the government, but in future, so they have decided that after 60 days of this announcement, they are going to sit together and they are going to make goals, like, you know, time bound goals, that by what time they are going to achieve what target under this particular India Middle East Economic Corridor. So let us quickly see how this corridor looks like. Okay, so this is the map of India Middle East Economic Corridor. So let's quickly go through this map. So, like, this is the western portion of India. So in the western portion of India, this corridor will connect two ports. One of the port is Mumbai port, other is Kandla port. Kandla, and then, like, you know, we have Mundra port. So they are very together, nearby to one another. So we can consider it to be 3, and location wise we can consider it to be 2. Okay, like that. So 3 places in India, I mean like, these are the ports, and from these ports we can export the goods to these countries, and also we can import goods from these countries through these ports, okay. So the routes that we see, the blue dashed line, so these blue dashed line talks about sea links, okay, they talk about sea links, means like through sea routes we are going to transport the things, and see it is going through here, it is going through here, okay. So this is also known as Gulf of Oman. Okay, so Gulf of Oman is over here. This is known as Arabian Sea. Okay, so these are the Middle East countries. Okay, so it is going to connect, let's say like, and after then we have, let's say like, blue dots. So these blue dots are ports. Okay, this is 1 port, 2 port, 3 port. These are ports. Then we have, let's say, name of the places. So that is already mentioned. Then this is missing line. Okay, so like we have a missing line over here, but like, under construction line, dotted line. So this is under construction. Then existing line. So these lines are already existing. The blue ones are already existing. Okay, so they need to,
Land routes or rail routes?
these are, I mean like, most of them are railway routes. So goods are sent generally through railway routes because they're heavy, and like, the cost of carriage of goods is the least in sea routes, then the railway routes, and then road. Okay, like that. So generally it is railway routes. Okay, so those places which are dotted, I mean like, these blue dotted, so here we need to do construction. Okay, here we need to do construction, and this is going to connect, I mean like, Europe also. So Haifa is a place, I think it is in Israel. Haifa, okay, it is in Israel. So this is the India, Middle East, Europe corridor, and it's going to connect all these countries. I mean like all those countries that are part of it. Saudi Arabia is a part of it. Okay, so like, all these countries will be connected through this particular corridor. So this corridor is important. All right. So in this article they have mentioned about a partnership. Okay, partnership means like which countries are going to be party to this India, Middle East, Europe corridor. So there are many countries who are going to be part of it, and this is generally extending a kind of partnership which is known as Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment. Okay, so this project is a part of Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment. I think this is PGII. Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment. So under this partnership, they are implementing this particular corridor. Okay. So now presently, which countries have joined? I mean like the United States, India, right? United States, India, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, European Union, Italy, France, and Germany. So they are part of this particular corridor. Okay. So that's why this is the thing. So this corridor is going to play a bigger role, and these members are going to meet with one another. Okay, so like this particular corridor, it's going to do lot of things. I mean like it's going to act as transformative project. So they have mentioned lot of things related to it. I mean like they have said that it is going to ease. I mean like ease the way in which shipments are being sent. It is going to bring down the cost. It's going to be a greener project. I mean like it's going to be what we say, it is going to reduce the, I mean like footprint, what we say, ecological footprint, like that. So Rutu Mane has mentioned about it in the I mean like comment. So it's also going to help in the technology transfer among the countries. So this corridor is important. Okay, so with this we are going to move to another topic. This topic is again important. We are quickly going to discuss about this topic. It says, why is Google on trial in the United States? Okay, so Google is on trial in the United States. So let's understand about this topic quickly. Why is Google on trial in the United States. So I'm just writing US. So let us understand this particular thing, okay? So we will not understand all the, cases, how it emerged and all. We need to understand one thing, that Google has emerged as the world's largest search engine. So Google provides 95% of all search results, okay, search results in the world, okay, search results in the world. This is one thing. So it is the largest search engine in the world. But Google has partnered with Apple. What it has does, it has partnered with Apple. So all the Apple devices, be it MacBook, okay, or be it iPad, or let's say iPhone, etc. Right? Here, Google Chrome is made a default browser. Default browser. So the thing is, Google is already, is one of the first companies to have started a search engine. Before this, there was Netscape kind of company. So that Netscape, like when it came, right, after then Microsoft came up. Microsoft was a, what we say, operating, so they had operating systems, okay. So operating systems, there are different kinds of softwares. One kind of software is known as system software, other is known as application software. So Microsoft was making system software, means like it was making operating systems. So those operating systems that Microsoft was making, Windows, so that at that point of time there used to be Netscape as the internet's search engine. So Microsoft came up with Internet Explorer and they made it default over there, okay. So Internet Explorer also emerged, but meanwhile Google has created its own search engine, which is Google Chrome, and this Google Chrome started making a default, let's say search engine in these like Apple devices, what, MacBook, iPad and all, and largely in the United States of America, and people who can afford expensive devices. So most of the people do have the Apple made devices. So since they get it by default Google Chrome, so they use Google Chrome. So that's why Google is able to get the highest number of search results, and it optimizes those search for, let's say showcasing products to the customers so that customers can purchase it, okay. Means like Google is also learning from the customers what they are browsing and all, and accordingly they are modifying their algorithm from time to time. So the thing is slowly and gradually Google has started creating a monopoly, okay. It has created a kind of monopoly in the market of search engines. What Google has created this particular thing. But this monopoly, this monopoly is, let's say is being tried. Tried means now cases are filed in courts, okay. So like in India we have Competition Commission of India, we know, right. In US, let's say they also have what, antitrust laws, okay. They have antitrust laws, and not only they have antitrust laws, they also have commissions that look into, let's say, anti-competitive practices, okay, anti-competitive practices. That's the thing. So the thing is in the United States of America, there is a department which is known as DOJ, Department of Justice, okay. It is known as Department of Justice. So this Department of Justice has filed a case in the Columbia District, okay, in the Columbia District, and the judge of the Columbia District, he has asked Google to be present over there. Department of Justice will be there, and also from Google the Sundar Pichai, the Chief Executive Officer of Google, he is also going to be there. So this is one of the biggest case, that is being tried in the United States of America. And why this case is important, why it is significant, because like these cases has the potential of totally transforming a particular sector of the economy. If I talk about this Google, Microsoft, Apple, they are the tech giants. I mean, like they are one of the largest companies, technical companies in the US, and they do have global presence. They do have global dominance. And if the let's say like the courts in the United States of America, if they take a decision, I mean like in certain manner, so it is also going to affect the users, right? And why they are, let's say like why they are filing the cases over there. So they are saying that they have slowly and gradually created a kind of monopolistic market, and they have driven out the competition, and it is costing the users at large. Okay, so they want to bring a kind of competitive practice in the economy there. Okay, so this is the thing, I mean like this is the issue which is there, means antitrust regulations are in place and anti-competitive practices will be avoided through the antitrust laws that are there. Okay, so like anti-competitive practices will be avoided by these antitrust laws. And Google has earlier been fined about $8.35 billion in European Union. Okay, in 3 cases. So one of the case, I mean like was decided against Google's favor. So there Google was asked to pay $2 billion to European Union. Now this is the case that is happening. So that's why I mean like it is an important topic, because in India also we have Competition Commission of India that looks into the issue of monopolistic trade practices. Okay, I mean like trade practices that is distorting the trade, that is distorting the competition in the economy. Okay, so that's why this topic is important. Okay, so in this topic they have discussed about the Google Chrome browser. Okay, so that's the thing. I hope it is understood. So it says the Department of Justice is expected to show how the default search position for Google on various devices limited options for consumers. Okay, so they are saying that like there is a, what we say, kind of nexus between Google and Apple. Okay, that's the thing. And Google has made some payment to Apple in 2008. They made $1 billion payment to Apple, and after then every year they are making $8 to $9 billion to Apple. Why? Because Apple is a very big company and they are manufacturing the devices, and they are competitive enough that they can also create a search engine for themselves. If they create a search engine, so like the Google will be wiped out. So that's why Google is also making payment to Apple, so that Apple does not create it on its own. And people who are purchasing Apple devices, they let's say like they are using the Google, so it is kind of benefiting both of them. But this is being I mean like tried in courts there. So one of the judge of the High Court, I mean like he is also seems to be Indian, Amit Mehta, Justice Amit Mehta. So he not High Court, District Court, he is going to try these cases. Then Sundar Pichai will come. You understanding? Indian people are fighting in foreign country, foreign courts and all. Okay, now, so we have this question. How do antitrust regulation impact businesses and industries? Okay. And what are the some common examples of anti-competitive practices they aim to prevent? Okay. So here we are talking about antitrust regulations. I mean like the courts that are looking into these things. So how do antitrust regulation impact businesses and industries? Okay. And what are some of the common examples of anti-competitive practices? So you need to answer this question in about 150 words. We have given an explanation answer also to this question. You can go through it in your free time. So impact on businesses and industries, it impacts the promotion of fair and competition. So that's the thing, it impacts prevention of monopoly power. Like a lot of things are there, you can go through it in your free time. Then we have another topic. This topic is related to Nipah virus. It says why Nipah virus outbreaks are occurring in Kerala only. So the thing is, we need to understand that in India, right, we have just one facility, one place where there is facility to test for the presence of Nipah virus. Nowhere else in the country we have, let's say, this facility of testing the presence of Nipah virus. So that
Laboratory.
laboratory. I mean, like, there is only one laboratory, and that is in Pune. Okay, so this is National Institute of Virology, Pune. Okay, so NIV Pune. So it says that, so they have mentioned in this article that except in NIV Pune, there is no Nipah virus testing facility anywhere in India. And Kerala, what Kerala does, it screens for Nipah virus routinely in molecular labs in Calicut Medical College. It screens it. Then after screening, if it identifies that this is something unusual, they send it to this National Institute of Virology. So what it means like the cases are not arising only in Kerala. It is possible that Nipah virus cases are there across the country in many states, at least in southern states, right? It is there. But like, since they do not screen for it, they do not check for presence of Nipah virus, so that's why they go undetected. So this is one case. The other case related to this is that this particular virus may be endemic enough. Endemic means something that is localized, that is present in that particular location. That, this virus is not found anywhere else also. That is also a possibility. So in this article, they have talked about that, the occurrences, like where it has occurred. And this Nipah virus has been identified from a fruit bat. Okay, so a fruit bat which was positive for Nipah virus antibodies, it was seen in many other states in South India also. In 9 states, I mean, like, overall, South India, Middle India and all, 9 states they have identified. Okay, so in this article they have said that Nipah virus outbreaks has happened in 2018, 21, 23 in Kerala and have been detected in Kozhikode district. And in 2019 they have detected in Ernakulam district, like that. So in this article they have mentioned little bit about it. So they have mentioned, I mean, like, since they have a screening facility, they have testing facility, so they have been able to identify this particular thing. Other states are not screening for it, so how they will be able to identify the cases? That's the thing that they have mentioned in this article. Okay, I mean, like, you can read further things in this article, but like,
if it is present in other state as well, so it will be asymptomatic, right?
No, it may be symptomatic, but like, they are treating it as part of other fever, like a patient has fever, viral and all, so they are taking it that way. But Nipah virus has 40 to 70% of death rate. A person, let's say, who is affected by, that's the thing. So we have a question, it says, with reference to the Nipah virus, consider the following statements. Nipah virus was first recognized in 1999 during the outbreak among the pig farmers in Malaysia. This is wrong. Then phosphorus protein, or this phosphoprotein gene, encodes 3 structural proteins by RNA editing and an alternative open reading frame. I mean, like, this is very technical, however this is right. Okay, this statement is right and it is technical also. So you can go through the explanation here. Okay, explanation is given. I think both these statements are correct, but like, they have mentioned it B. Every day it happens. Okay, so both these statements are correct. You can just go through the explanation of this. Okay, so mention of Nipah virus, what is there, past outbreak related thing, everything is mentioned in the explanation. So with this, we will move to another, and this is the, let's say, a kind of a structure of the Nipah virus. Okay, so we don't need to go into the detail, P gene products and all. I mean, like, in my science and tech classes, I may take a discussion in detail related to Nipah virus. I will understand about structure of the protein in Nipah virus. Then this is another topic. I mean, we have little less time, however, I'll quickly touch upon this topic. In this topic, basically, they have talked about global governance, okay, winds of change in global governance. What is winds of change? Basically, from last 80 years, the global north has been dominating the world. Global north, that includes the European Union, it includes European Union, it includes countries like USA, Russia, Canada. So like, these countries have been ruling, and they have been the rule-making countries in the world. But what has happened in the United States of America, there was a person, like, who has identified this particular trend in the northern countries, and he has coined a term which is known as global south. So he has said that there should be solidarity among the southern countries in the world, okay, so for example, South Asia and South America, they can collaborate with one another. Or let's say like, Africa, okay, Africa can collaborate with South America. So he has talked about that global south should be there. So earlier there was, let's say, connotation of first world countries, second world countries, third world countries. So those countries that were developing or underdeveloped, they were considered as third world countries. Now the terminology in the global governance has changed. Now they have started using the term which is known as global south. And in the G20 summit that we had recently, we have included African Union as a member of it. So African Union has been included as a member of it, and the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, right, while addressing this particular thing, he has talked about that now the future is of the global south. Now we need to shape the global governance, we need to shape the global order, okay. So this is one instance. Other instances, if we talk about BRICS summit, in the BRICS summit, I mean all the countries are from global south, okay, means like, they are let's say like, developing countries. So although Russia is in the global north, but like it is largely global south, means like this is developing country. So they have also, let's say like, enhanced the membership of BRICS. They have included 6 new members, and there was again a call of global south. So in this article, they have talked about that how the winds are changing in global governance. Earlier it was, let's say like, global north was governing the world. Now it is the time of the global south to govern the world. So here they have talked about this particular thing, okay. So Prime Minister of, let's say, India, then we have Chinese President Xi Jinping, and these are other leaders. He is from Russia, I think, and he is from South Africa, and he is from Brazil. Yeah. So this is the thing. I hope you have understood the concept. Okay. So in this article, they have talked about that, like, how the winds of governance is changing. Then we have the last topic. This topic is related to Cheetah, Project Tiger, or Cheetah Reintroduction Program. So many cheetahs have died in the Kuno National Park. Kuno National Park is located in Madhya Pradesh, right? So now they have, let's say like, kept some of the tigers in captivity. Now they have decided that they are going to release some of the tigers in the wild, and they're going to release the tigers in the wild with a collar, okay. This collar is known as, like, this collar has geotagging. I mean, like, they'll be able to identify the location of the tigers. So in this article, they have talked about that Kuno cheetahs to be released into the wild in winter with collars on. And this decision has been taken by an authority which is known as National Tiger Conservation Authority, because National Tiger Conservation Authority is the authority that implements the Project Tiger, that implements the Cheetah Reintroduction Program, okay. So we have Cheetah Reintroduction Program, under which we have, let's say, brought 20 cheetahs, 8 from Namibia and 12 from South Africa, okay. So in this article, they have mentioned this thing itself, okay. So that's all for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so Ashish Ranjan Jha, he has also joined. He has written something, yeah, advertisement related. So it is related to anti-competitive law that we have discussed. And then Rutu Mane has also joined. So thank you so much everyone who has joined online. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you. Tomorrow again we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis, and we are going to cover a mapping topic also. Every day, like, we started covering at least one mapping topic. That will be helpful for the prelims exam, because mapping cannot be done in one day. It requires consistent effort over a long period of time. Okay. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ashish, Rutu, and you. Your name is? Chirag, right.